Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Truby, and I will be your professor for English 205 for this summer. In this video, I wanted to go over some things in GTC from me and Blackboard. So I'm going to share my screen with you so we can go through this together. So with GTC from me, first thing you should look at is Gmail. Okay, so Gmail is the primary way that I'm going to be contacting you in this course. So if I have updates or if I need to contact you personally about something related to the course or related to an assignment, then this is how we do it. This is how we communicate, is through Gmail. So I suggest putting your Gmail account into your phone. So that way you can get alerts if I do email you. If you're not going to have the alerts in your phone, then I would be checking this, if not every day, at least every other day. Okay, so that way you're not missing any communication. Something else I want to point out to you here is Office 365, because all the assignments in this class, the major assignments at least, will require you to use Microsoft Word. Okay, so Office 365 is a free service for you as a Greenville Tech student that will allow you to use Microsoft Word, open Microsoft Word documents, so you'll be able to do your work within Office 365, then download it onto your computer and then upload it to Blackboard. Okay, and then as we go into Blackboard itself, let's see. Okay, so we open this course. Okay, the first thing you should look at when you log into Blackboard, and I suggest logging into Blackboard at the beginning of each week. So that way you have an idea of what is due that week, and you can sort of plan your week accordingly. Some weeks are going to have more assignments due than others. All right, so especially because this class is compressed, from the 15-week course. Okay, there's going to be some weeks where you're just going to have more assignments. So it's important to keep up with your assignments through Blackboard, that you're checking in with Blackboard at the beginning of the week. So look at the announcements first. Okay, and you may need to scroll down. New announcements they may not be the very first thing you see, but if you scroll down, you should find the new announcements. Okay, I typically send out announcements a few times a week. All right, so again, like with Gmail, I would be checking Blackboard periodically. Typically, when I send an announcement, it also goes out to Gmail. So so you get it both ways. And one announcement here that I wanted to particularly point out is Remind. So Remind is a text messaging service it's really easy to sign up for. And basically what I will do once or twice a week is send out a text reminder, often about an assignment that's due, or if I have something important that I've posted. And so you can get those text reminders by texting this code to this number. Okay. And so once you do that, then you're enrolled, you're ready to go. And so when I send those texts, you're going to then get those texts. Okay. All right. So once you've checked announcements, the first place you're going to go more, more for the most part is course content, course plan. I have a link to the course plan at the very top. The course plan is going to give you the overview of the class. Okay, so important policies, the breakdown of the grades, the course schedule of the readings and major assignments. All right, so all that is in the course plan. And then I'm also providing weekly folders. Okay, so if we go into the week 1 folder, you'll see the objectives and tasks for week 1. Okay, so so what you need to do for week 1, first you need to go through the policies, and that's in syllabus and info. So I have the link here, the course plan along with the syllabus, department policies, etc. Okay, once you've reviewed that, then you complete the AS policy acknowledgement form. Okay, that is pretty easy to do. But it will involve you using Microsoft Word. You'll have to download it onto your computer, access it using Word or Office 365, fill it in, save the changes onto your computer, and then upload them to the assignment. So when you're submitting an assignment, basically it looks like this. And click on the link. Okay, so you need to always, unless I tell you differently, always attach files. So we're going to attach files, browse local files. I'm just going to attach a random course plan, but not that one. And submit. Okay, so once it's submitted, you see a banner that says success at the top. And then, and this is very important, your document should eventually load within this reader in the Blackboard screen. Okay, so even though I'm still on the Blackboard screen, I can also see and read my document. All right, so unless you can do this, unless your document appears in this reader, okay, don't assume that your document has been submitted correctly. So even though you might see this here, the document name, if it's not coming up here, then there's an issue. The issue could be that you're not using Microsoft Word. Okay, there are some programs that just are not compatible at all with Blackboard, like Pages. Okay, if you use a Mac. So make sure you're using Microsoft Word. If you ever have any question about whether or not something has been submitted correctly, then email it to me. Email me the document. All right. And we'll figure out how to get it submitted correctly, and I'll take a look at it. But email me the document before the due date, so I know that you finished it on time. All right. Don't email me saying that you couldn't submit it. Don't email me the document 2 days later and say you tried to submit it, but I guess it didn't work. So it's your responsibility to make sure that it's been submitted correctly. And if there's any question about that, send me the document attached to an email. Okay. All right, so once you've done that, there's 2 other assignments that I want you to do. Discussion board assignment. This is an introductory discussion board. What you're going to do here is create a collage that represents you, and then explain briefly why your collage represents you. So let me see. If I go into this, okay, I've created my collage through PowerPoint. As you can see, I have a brief introduction here. Okay, and these are the pictures that I chose for my collage. Some pictures of me, family, and some pictures that just reflect my interests. Okay. To do this, what you want to do is create thread. Okay, so the create thread will allow you to go in, give your thread a subject. Okay, you type your introduction here and attach your collage. All right. And then you do need to respond to 2 classmates after you do this. Okay, so with all discussion assignments, there is an element of this where you respond to classmates. Okay, you want to make sure you follow the guidelines for those responses. A lot of times those responses make up 1/3 to 1/2 of your grade. So, so don't forget to do the responses, all right? Or don't assume that they're not important. Okay, so the responses are significant to this class. And so for most of them, again, you'll have to respond to 2 of your peers. All right, so that's the discussion board. I'm trying to get out of this, doing it the hard way. All right, so that's the discussion board. Going back into the week 1 folder, the last thing you'll have to do this week, there is some reading that is important to give you some context for the first work we're reading next week, which is Beowulf. All right, so so the history, so introduction to early British literature. Okay, there are some ways to quiz yourself as you go along, but the module itself doesn't count as a grade. Okay, but as you see, there's 13 pages here for you to review, followed by a timeline on the Middle Ages. Okay, that you should also read over, and then there is a reading quiz. Okay, so you can only take the reading quiz once. The reading quiz is, you can refer to the notes for the reading quiz or the module for the reading quiz and the timeline. So it's not locked down while you take the quiz, so that's fine. But you can only take it once. You have a 30-minute time limit once you take the quiz. Okay. And it's all multiple choice. I think there's about 11 questions in the quiz. All right, so that's the work for week 1. And again, week to week, this is what you're going to be doing. You'll go in, you'll check the announcements, you'll look at the assignments, you'll go into course content, check out the weekly folder, see what you need to do in the weekly folder. Now I'll be posting throughout the week supplementary videos like the one I'm making right now. There's some, there will be assignments that we're doing that are interactive, and I'll also be making myself available on Zoom specifically for your class once a week for, if you want to jump on and ask questions or discuss the reading, there'll be a set time to do that. Okay. But that's it for this video. And thanks for watching and welcome to class. I'm looking forward to a productive semester. All right. Thanks.